Hello, welcome to another edition of the Recap. You're with me, Jamain Hatton. Today on the Recap, we are looking at a contextual analysis of bird shooting season. Mind you, a full analysis of bird shooting season is here on the channel, and a link will be in the description there to that complete analysis. However, today's edition is really a class recording of bird shooting season. Bird Shooting Season is written by a brilliant poet, Olive Senior, and it shows how deep our society still is when we consider who is the head of the home, how patriarchal our society can be. So let me have a quick analysis of this. So bird shooting season is giving us the impression that men are running this town, and these men are not just wimps, as we would call them sometimes, but these men are full macho men. And let us have an understanding now of the contextual meanings behind this bird shooting season. So at the start here, we see men make marriages with their guns. So what we are seeing here from the very start is that we are associating manliness with physical violence or physical aggression. Is this still applicable to our society today? Yes, it sure is. In our society today, the man is not necessarily told that he can be soft. The man is not told that he can be human. The man is not told that he can be emotional. But instead, our society, our Caribbean society, our world actually, gives us the picture that a man should always be this brave, this violent person. And that is how we classify a man. And with this manliness, he has to have guns. What does this mean for us? Let's have this contextual analysis, this class discussion of bird shooting season by Olive Senior. Welcome into my Form 5 class of 2020 at IBE.
Recapping, we are associating being a man with physical aggression. The man is not told that he can cry. The man is not told that he can show affection. The man is taught that to be a man, he has to be physically strong all the time. You must always be in control. You must never show your sign of weakness, which is emotions. Are you there? So we teach the men subconsciously that the only way to be a man is to show physical aggression. Are we there? But when there's problems in the house and the man does the only thing he knows how to do, which is what? Physical aggression, we then blame man. Men are bad. You get the point I'm making? It's an important teaching lesson right there. Men are not supposed to show aggression. That's how the society is. I just asked y'all who we say should be going to war. You all told me men. I just asked you as well who should be at home minding the children. You all told me females, women. That's what you all told me. So in your heads as well, society has already taught you that to be a man, the man has to show what? Physical aggression. And the same society is wondering why we have so many cases of domestic violence where men is killing women. Because that's the only way the man knows how to act. That's the only way the man has been taught by the same society that's chastising him now how to act. I am not justifying man killing women. I am simply saying that the society in which we are right now taught the man that. The society taught the man that for him to be a man, he has to be physically aggressive. And the same society now is chastising the man when he beat the woman. Believe it or not, some women like aggression. I wouldn't ask you what your aphrodisiac is. You know what's your aphrodisiac? What turns you on? Females, I wouldn't ask you that. But some females, a lot of them too, likes a man that can rough them up. Yeah? Somebody say, yes, sir. Somebody said, yeah, I heard that. But the same society that teaches you manliness is physical aggression is the same society that is saddened when a man beats a woman to the point of death.
Sir, isn't the same thing also when a man acts like he's all soft and he's not aggressive to say that?
Exactly! It's the opposite of it. It's the direct opposite. We hear the song every quick time. When a man lay down, when a woman lay down and a man can't function, what kind of man is that? We all know the answer that we say. We all know. So we already associate being a man must always be a man who is sexually ready, aggressive sexually. You understand the repercussions to what we are saying there? Do we wonder why we have rape? Again, I am not saying it's okay for a man to beat a woman or a man to rape a woman. I am saying the pressures our society is putting on our boys as they grow might be a direct cause for the way our society is today. That's what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying there?
Yes, sir.
So how do we unlearn this? Because this poem here, what's the name of it? BirdShooting Season, is saying, my father's house turns macho. So it means the father is the owner of the house. So it therefore tells you that the man, again, is dominant. And these men were going to do what? Shooting birds. So they were about to now kill animals. Again, all of them from far, they said, right, in the poem? From far, the hunters gather. And all of them came to this one house, probably the head man. And they were all there, and they were preparing their guns. They said they were putting so much energy into these guns, it was as if they were married to the guns. That's how you quote when you're describing as well in your essays. Are we there? They put so much time and energy behind these guns, it was as if they were married to these guns. Are we there? But again, I want to point out to you that they're showing again that macho-ness, being manly, is associated with what? Physical violence, physical aggression. In the sense of this poem, we are talking about it in terms of what? Shooting, guns. Are we there? And then we wonder, as a society, why we have so many men turning to lives of crime. Why not women? We have 1 and 2 situations where women do certain things. But the reason why is the simple fact that society puts so much pressure on our boys and our men. And that's a terrible situation. Terrible situation. Imagine this. You just married Derek. You just married the beautiful Chantel. Chantel doesn't work, but you are the man. Who does this society that we live in right now expects to work? Chantel or him? Or he? He. He is expected to work. He is expected to be the breadwinner. But I am not going to marry any woman that stay home all day. That's ludicrous. 2 salaries are better than 1. What do I'm doing? You think you're out to give blow? That's all you'll be doing. You have to go and work, babes. We can both go work. But think about it this way. if Derek doesn't have a job, what pressures would our society put on Derek? Lazy. Anti-man. Buller man. Short of a man. All of these names he will be called. I wish I had the Caribbean definition of Guyanese equivalent of an anti-man, but we know Buller man is what? Jamaican? Wherever it comes from, Trinidad, wherever it comes from. Jamaica is probably Batty boy. But yeah, so this is what our society would say about these men. And you yourself will call Derek an anti-man. The pressures you will put on him, because he is the man. You will say, you know what you will say? Be a man and go look walk. That's the first thing you say. Be a man and go look walk. So wait. Being a man is only the thing that would put you to go and look work. So nothing else can put an individual to go and look work. So you can't look for work because you're not a man. That is how our society is conditioning the men's thoughts. So when now Derek comes home, let's say Derek went and looked at 20 companies today, applied all over. All of them said, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. She's at home on her phone texting, no food to eat. When he asks if you didn't prepare anything, you deserve it? You bring money? You're not a man, you only have work. And all of that emotional abuse would be going through the head of the man. And then the physical aggression will come in, because that is what society teaches him, that is manliness. So now he gets aggressive. He might not hit her, but he might go out there and show that physical aggression. My friends. Now he would be going to rob, to kill, just to get money to appease the woman who he claims he loves and want to see him act as a man. Talk to me. Tell me if you disagree. These are the burdens society put on men. I am not justifying men's shortcoming. I'm not justifying men's shortcoming at all. I am just saying, perhaps we need to relook at how we define manliness. It's okay for a boy to cry. But when the boy cries the very first day, what do we say? Boys don't cry. Suck it up. We're crying for? Is a little girl? These are the things we teach our little boys as they grow up. So the boy now who's now trying to identify who he is, now associates what? Tears with being feminine. Fry. Yes, so the boy now grows to think only when you cry, you're female. So now, for him to be a man, what you gotta do? Can't cry. He cannot cry. He has to be tough. He has to be violent. Subconsciously, he goes through his entire life thinking that. Goes through his entire life thinking that men are supposed to be working hard. Our society is ruining our men. This poem is telling us that. I don't want you to dive so deep in your writing when you're explaining the poem, but I want you to understand what the poem is teaching us. Bird shooting season is teaching us that our society is patriarchal. Our society puts being manly as physical aggression, physical violence. Are we there? Good. Next line.
All night long comes with
All night, contentless women stir their brew. So, contentless women. Yes, all night.
All night long, contentless women stir their brews.
Okay, contentless women. That's word contentless women. So women are, I don't want to get into that. Well, it says women, they say women are contentless. They say the women are contentless. To be content is what Guyanese would know as contented, right? To be content means you have everything you want, or you would make do with what you have, right? So if they're contentless, it means what? They want more. Women who will lack more things, yeah? Contentless women do what? Stir their brews. So again, society is patriarchal. The women are the servants of these men. So what do women are doing? The women are doing what? The women are stirring their drinks, preparing their drinks. Not literally stirring, but they're preparing the drinks for the men. So it's like they're saying, honey, wine. And come the women rocking their foot to come and give them wine. Bear, women again, tumble down. And if they take too long to come, the men behave aggressive. We there?
Yes, sir.
Next line. So they're showing you how busy these women were. They're doing all these things. Preparing the rum, preparing the liquor. They're preparing what? Hot coffee, sarasi, rapone, and so on. So they're tying leaves and all of that. So they're showing you how many things, not much would be singular, plural, many. How many things these women are doing. Are we there? These women were busy, right? But what I want to draw your attention to, I want you to understand the contrast in the poem. We see contrast there. Remember I said contrast was a device? It's a poetic device. Can you see a contrast there? What contrast we're seeing? Difference between a man and a woman. Excellent. The men were doing what? Being involved in what? Physical aggression or signs of physical aggression. Preparing their guns. That's a manly thing. And the women were doing what? Preparing meals for the men who are going to hunt. Can we see that? Talk to me, class. That's a direct nexus. That's a direct comparison. A direct contrast. That's the first device you're seeing there. Next. The men drink white rum neat. I mean, just simply they're drinking lots of rum. And now in the morning now, they're going out. So in darkness, it means early morning, right? The sun is not up as yet. In darkness, they're what? Shouldering their packs. Their gun. So the gun is a pack, right? So they have their gun basically on their shoulder. And they're going out. And what happens as they're going out? Who's standing quietly on the doorstep, my friends? The women. And I want you to understand the severity or the gravity of this word quietly, my friends. You think the women wanted these men to go and kill innocent birds? But they dare not say it. Remember, they were contentless women. Huh? They weren't contented, they were contentless. So they felt a way in what the men were about to do. But they dare not say it. They were quiet. They stood quietly watching as the men did what the men do. They were shivering too? Oh, beautiful. They were shivering. They wanted to speak. But how dare them speak to a man? How dare these women tell men what they should do? They dare not. They couldn't. Next line. Oh, beautiful. What does that tell us? Little boys what? Longing to do what? Grow up. My skin is growing. Little boys longing to grow up bird hunters. What does that tell us? Talk to me, class. Excellent. They want to be just like the man. Why? Because we're teaching our man that to be a man, we have to do what? Be physically fit and physically aggressive. And what were the women doing? Quiet at the door still. Huh? Next line, you'll see how important this is. Next line. And the little girls, they're whispering. Fly, birds, fly. So the girls had the courage to speak, but they were quietly speaking. Fly, birds, fly. They couldn't dare shout it out loud. Because remember, it's the patriarchal society, the manliness of a man. They wouldn't dare tell a man that that is not right. They wouldn't do it. But they're thinking it. They feel deep down inside of them that they shouldn't do what they were about to do. But they hadn't the courage to speak it out loud. So are we there?
Yes, sir.
You think you understand how important this poem is?
Yes, sir.
I think it's one of the overlooked poems in the syllabus. It tells a great, great, big message. And if we can pay attention to the poem, or if we can pay attention to how we treat men in our society, we might be on our way to deal with some of the serious problems that we face as a society. But of course, you wouldn't have a discussion like this. You wouldn't hear a discussion like this on TV. And if you do hear it, them macho men would turn the channel. That's nonsense. It's nonsense. Or the women would say, it's what kind of man again, man. Yeah. But it's a serious problem. It's a serious problem because our society is not teaching our genders equality. We are putting a lot of strain on men. And women are expected to be soft. But I don't know why people associate women with being soft. Women are stronger than men. Women are stronger than men. The pain that women feel when they give birth, and we often associate giving birth with strength, because probably that's the most dynamic thing. But women go through pain, severe pain, that is equivalent to breaking 1,000 bones in the human body, all at once to push out one baby. Imagine 1,000 bones in your body breaking all at once to give birth. It's a lot of pain. The man you hand out you too much, the man done one day. But so as we grow, I do hope we clear the bias our society has taught us. And if we do change the bias that our society has taught us, we might be well on our way to dealing with some of the problems that society has. All right? So, in closing, bird shooting season shows us deeply how the society is a patriarchal one, and shows how women are muted as they live in a house with a man. For homework, you will look at the video on YouTube for the other devices, or you will go through the poem and you will figure out the other devices that we can talk about. But most importantly, we see a direct contrast between the roles of a man and a woman. Okay?